So, the absolute last thing that I want to talk about when it comes to Officer Tatum is that he always tends to have a bad take that will always make Black people look, or the Black person, the wrong, even when they're not in the wrong by any way, shape, or form. Does anybody remember the Sonia Massey case? I will refresh your memory. Let me just pull. Every screen is blocked all of a sudden. Here we go. Okay. So does everybody remember the Sonia Massey case? And if you don't, the Sonia Massey case was the woman who thought she heard a prowler outside of her house, so she called the police to have them come. She's having a conversation. She seems a little bit off. It could have been maybe she was on some kind of like sleep. To me, it looked like she was on Ambien or sleep meds and not just quite processing everything. And the officers are talking to her. Everything is fine and happy. One of the officers realizes there's a pot on the stove. She hops up to go get the pot. Um, and then out of nowhere, the white police officer says, don't throw that pot on me. And she says, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus, which is what a lot of Black people say when someone says something stupid or ignorant or whatever. Like, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I don't want nothing to do with that. That is not on me. And it's a common turn of phrase, especially in the South. He then draws his weapon on her, which freaks her out. And she's trying to grab the pot. She puts the pot down and still manages to get shot in the face. And it's a very disturbing video. The officer actually was sentenced. I think he got 30 years in prison, 15 to 30 years in prison for what he did. If you watch that whole body cam video, none of the white police officers are on his side. They're all very confused about what happened. The other officer actually testified against him who was there. He was confused. He was like, I don't know what he just did. I don't know what happened. They started yelling for his aid to him. He was like, there's no point. I shot her in the face. He was extremely cavalier about this very, very awful shooting that he had committed. You know who was on his side though? Officer Tatum. So let's go ahead and take a listen to Officer Tatum's um, feedback on this. But here's a funny thing. He made a really interesting comment at the beginning of this video about Sonia Massey. So here we go.
And then we move on. Because at the end of the day, I'm not indicted and I'm not in the casket.
Why would you say that as a former police officer? A woman died. A woman died by the hands of a white police officer for absolutely no reason. And honestly, in this case, I think race was a factor, but I don't even think race matters. This could have been a black woman killed like this, anything. It just makes it worse because it's a black woman who called for help and she was killed by a white officer. But why would you say I'm not indicted and I'm not in the casket? It's just so disrespectful coming from not only a black man when a black woman is passed away, but also coming from a police officer who should not be as cavalier about death. So I'm going to fast forward because he starts showing the Sonia Massey video, and what he's looking at, and he doesn't know, is an edited video of the Sonia Massey killing. And he doesn't realize that. And he's going to go out of his way, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but he's going to go out of his way to make it seem like Sonia Massey was actually the violent one in the scenario, and the police officers had no other choice but to take her life.
You see that steam? Let's go back. She throws the water. You see that steam right here? This is that boiling hot water that she threw this direction. And if you keep watching that area, just watch it. I wish I can do it in slow mo. Can I do it? Can I slow it down? Watch it in slow motion, okay? I want you to watch it. She pops up. He goes back. She pops up here. You can't see it from this angle, her, but you can see the steam. I want you to look at the water and the steam hit this floor right here. See that steam? And people are saying she never threw the pot. She actually did throw the pot. Now, whether you think he's justified or not is on you. Whether you think he should have ever been there, he should have done different tactics is a different story. And that's debatable, right? And that's what they're going to articulate in the court of law. Now, let's look at it from the other angle so you can see a different angle of what happened. Many people are articulating that she actually didn't have anything in her hands when she went down the first time. Let's watch it because it's pretty reasonable to think that, but we got to watch it all the way through. He pulls the gun. She ducks. She got both hands up, right? Now, this is what people I think are missing. When the camera pans, she must have put the pot on the ground or something. Because as you're going to see in slow motion, she's going to pick a pot up and throw it, and you're going to see the steam come up because it's hot water. She does have her hands up here. I would have loved to see this situation be over right here. He pulls the gun. He say, "You better not do it." She say, "Okay, I wish this would have been over." As a matter of fact, in a reasonable situation, this would have been over. Somebody would have just said, "All right, this man gonna shoot me. I'm done. Hey, I'm sorry. I don't want no problems." But clearly, this woman is not. She's not operating right. So we're gonna watch two things here. You see, look, she's coming up with something in her hand, which it looks like a pot. You see her throw the pot? Let's go back.
This never happens. The video he's looking at is an edited video, and I'll share my screen again so you can see the people in his comments telling him that this is an edited video. I mean, this is me from commenting. Damn shame, you're a cop and dangerous. Glad you're no longer a cop. What's sad is that the first thing she said at the door was, "Please don't hurt me." Um, as usual, Tatum got it wrong and the jury didn't. His response, "I'm not in jail or in the casket. Lord, please help us." The comic section is overwhelmingly correct on this one. No need for me to say anything. Everybody agreed. Like, I hope you appreciate the fact that your followers verbally disagree with you. It's refreshing to see you don't have an echo chamber in the comment section. This is one of the first time that he doesn't have an echo chamber inside of his comment section. But nobody agreed with him. It didn't matter. He's never apologized for this. In his mind, if it's a black person versus cop, cop always right, black person bad. If a black person gets pulled over or has an issue with their kid's teacher and they get upset about it, it's always going to be the black person's fault no matter what. And I feel bad for him because he makes people like me who are black conservatives look bad. You're never able to look at both sides. You're always looking at only the black person has done something wrong, and it's extremely unfortunate. You know, when he was having this debate on Jubilee, he makes it seem like not one black father is around. Black fathers just don't exist in the household. They just leave to go get milk one day or go sell crack and they never come back ever again. And that's not the case. That is not the case. There are black fathers. Now they're out of wedlock homes. Yes. Are there people who are divorced? Yes. You know, but and making it seem like every black father is in jail, he just has such a low view of us. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if his father left and never came back, and that what got his mindset in. But he has a son who is biracial, and I hope that biracial son is not looking at the world through his father's eyes, but looking at the world through his father's eyes, maybe another family member's eyes, even his mom's eyes, other people's eyes, so that he can form a real opinion about the race that he shares. So listen, those are my thoughts on everything. Drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. And I will like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm glad we got to have this chat. See you next time.